Welcome back to Seen It Before, where we're probably going to say something stupid about your favorite movie because we've seen it all before. Hi, Mando. I mean, fuck, Grogu. I'm Danny. That's
Yes.
Dan.
Hi, I'm Dan.
Hi there. How's it going?
I don't know where we're gonna put the boy. The boy can just go over there.
Well, the boy, we don't have a camera shot for him, so it's just kind of.
Just kind of like
we know he's there.
Have him in this maybe. Yeah.
Will that work? Here, can you go on my camera real
Go
quick?
on his camera. Go on his camera. No. Okay. Guess we'll find out if the boy's there or not. Anyway, This week we're doing Furiosa. So Mad Max Saga, or like a Odyssey, as George Miller would put it.
Yeah, it definitely felt like it.
I mean, yeah, it was what 15-year span in this movie. I think they kind of went through.
Yeah, it was a long time.
It was a very long. Yeah, he's there. All right. Yeah, no. So, this movie's been like, it was developed around the same time as Fury Road. I think they were supposed to shoot them back to back at one point.
Oh, wow.
There's a lot of shit that happened with Fury Road that like a lot of behind the scenes drama.
Chris Hemsworth was busy with the Avengers anyway.
Yes, he was. And
Would they have hired him back then?
oh no,
Did you know if they had anybody else in mind?
I don't know if they even knew who Dementis was at that.
Oh, okay. They're just like, hey, we got this guy. Maybe.
Yeah, we got this guy. They knew somebody took Furiosa, but they don't know who it was. So they.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. I'm just taking a guess. Maybe.
I thought it was going to be way less complex than what it actually ended up being. With I thought it was just going to be like Immortan Joe just takes it. That's it.
No,
I thought that's what happened.
No, this movie was pretty complex, but before we get too far into it, let's get to it. All right.
Anyway, on your camera.
Okay, so me camera. Anyway.
Me camera, you camera.
Oh, yes. Anyway, so Furiosa Mad Max Saga. This movie was way more complex than we had any idea of it being. It brought some depth to the world that was, I think, much needed. I mean, I haven't seen one or two. I know there's a little world building in them, but
A little bit. It kind of feels like this is like a whole new continuity though. Like because it's just three things or three areas or four.
Bullet Farm, the
Bullet Farm, Gastown, Citadel, and now the Green Place.
the Green Place.
So that was all like, obviously the Green Place will eventually fall. We don't know how, but we know that from Mad Max where like it's all gone. Fuck it.
Yeah, no, yeah, who knows what happened to it, but I mean, I guess in a post-apocalyptic wasteland, I mean, it's bound to happen at some point.
Yeah.
So it may not have been anyone, taking it. It may have just been natural erosion or whatever it may be.
Yeah, it was like so weird because like the jungle area was so thick and then it just turns into desert.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if that's how things actually happen or like how it actually occurs.
Yeah, because it takes. When does this take place? Like the 2200s or something like that? I
have no idea.
don't either. Okay. Well, I mean, you would know more because you've seen the first two.
Well, I think it's probably not too far off because it's probably not too far off after civilization ends because Max was around for the sort of the beginning of it, not entirely like collapse of society. Like he was literally a cop and like. Well, I don't know. Like he was like a regular police officer, and then he kind of turns into Mad Max by the end of the first one. So
let's just hope Mad Max isn't going the route of Halloween with so many differing timelines, and it's just like going to be a mess.
Well, the whole thing with this one, everyone's like, when does Furiosa take place? And everyone's and George Miller's just like before Fury Road, and we're like, okay, you want to give us like an exact time? He's like, no, it doesn't matter. Which I'm like, okay, fair enough.
Sounds about right.
Some people care about continuity, but
I mean, hey,
I guess this isn't that kind of movie.
Yeah, for sure. Well, anyway, we're introduced to Furiosa and her mother, or actually, and her sister when we start the movie.
Right, and I'm pretty sure I barely remember everybody's names in the Fury Road, but I'm pretty sure the girl who like is like naked on the thing. She's like bait basically.
Oh yeah.
She's naked on like the old billboard thing. I'm pretty sure that's her. That's her sister. That like.
Oh.
But yeah, really? I'm not positive though.
That'd be interesting.
And then her mom. I thought she was gonna be like the old lady with the white hair by the end of it, but no, she fucking did.
She fucking did.
Maybe the girl, because the other girl with the sniper, where she takes the sniper from her, that's the girl from Fast and Furious. She's Dom's baby mama.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure.
That's funny.
Maybe that's her. I don't know, but
yeah. So Furiosa is kidnapped by this gang, this biker gang, whatever the fuck you want to call them. That's essentially what they are. And they're she's brought back to a camp with her mother following them because, she's on a mission to get her daughter back, whatever. So in this camp, we meet Dementis, Chris Hemsworth's character. Mm-hmm. And I don't know how necessarily to describe Chris Hemsworth's character, but more like playful, but kind of.
Yeah, I mean, he's happy. He's happy mad.
He's happy mad.
He's mad. He's mad Dementis, but
he's mad demented, right? Yeah.
But he's just he's kind of chill a little bit. I think he's definitely less serious than Immortan Joe.
Well, he definitely had children of his own, so he knows how to deal with children. So he was trying to, find the green place, find all these bountiful resources, and where they can.
Yeah, he was just looking for a place to settle down. I mean, you could probably assume from what the movie's telling you that he would kill everybody that's there, but I'm not sure. I'm not 100% sure because he took over Gastown, and he didn't kill everyone there, right?
No, he didn't kill everyone, but he killed a lot of people.
I thought it was just the people fighting back.
Oh, maybe.
I don't know.
At least only he was a leader. Whatever.
Then I don't know. Nobody gave him a chance. I don't know.
I don't know either. But anyways,
the thing about this whole kind of snatch and grab thing, and I felt really. This is when I first noticed that something is weird, a little weird about this movie.
Okay.
I couldn't really pinpoint it until halfway through the movie, but there's really no score, or there's no
not
music.
As much as Fury Road for sure.
It didn't have especially the convoy attack in the middle of the movie where they kind of Furiosa and I forgot the guy's name, Jack, I want to say.
Yeah, I think that took 76 days to film or something like that. That whole scene. Yeah.
That whole sequence, it just felt like this is what's happening. Baseline. I can't describe it. It's just then this happens and this happens and this happens. What didn't feel like there was a story with a first act, middle, and ending with a climax in the middle of the action scenes. It just felt like this happens. And then there's no music cue to be this is intense or anything. I know I don't necessarily need that, but it just felt weird.
I think the editing was more on par with, it was quicker edits. It wasn't necessarily or quick cuts. It wasn't necessarily music oriented for this.
Yeah. It's definitely, it's like the drone, wah, wah.
Yeah.
Wah. But then it just didn't feel I know because I used to listen to that soundtrack, the Fury Road one, all the time. It would go wah wah right in the beginning, and they go it'd be get into it, and it would rise with the action being on screen. It just didn't feel like that in this one. So it's just not that the action scenes were bad by any means. They were great.
Yeah.
It just, you know what I mean? It just didn't.
It's the same composer.
Yeah, Junkie XL.
Yep.
Yeah. So I don't know. It's just
Tom Hulkenberg.
Yeah, it's Junkie XL.
Oh.
That's his stage name.
Oh. Okay.
He did Deadpool.
Yes, he did. I didn't know that. Yep, there it is, Junkie XL.
Yeah.
Okay, anyway.
Oh yeah. I used to listen to that soundtrack religiously when I was studying. But same thing with this intro kind of 20-minute scene of her just being,
kidnapped
and she gets taken back for a minute and then I love the kind of energy with she's
and her mother sacrifices herself, the whole thing there. Yeah.
She's they sabotage the bike, she repairs the bike, she snipes the guy right as he's getting into the city, and then
everyone's very useful in the wasteland.
It's just it's just real cool and creative, and they're so the guy gets shot in the neck, but he's still alive, and he can't talk. So they're literally we need to know where this is. Turn him upside down
and have him draw or something. That was weird. But hey, whatever works, I guess.
You got Dementis' right hand man with the worst wig. He had to scalp the dude, right? Because they take it off of him when he gets killed.
Yeah.
He just wears this giant 80s giant like rock star hair.
Yeah. And then we move on to the Citadel. So they find out that. How do they find out about the Citadel again? They're just driving by it, I think.
They're looking for a new place because they're just a camp, right?
Yeah.
They're
A
just
big ass camp.
just roaming around, and they run into a war boy. The
war boy,
but he's got like an arrow in his head, so he's not like thinking straight.
I don't think he was thinking straight to begin
He's
with.
like, there's a Citadel. It's over here.
It was like,
He's like, and then Dimension's like, yeah, I like you. You show me the way.
come with me. Yeah.
And they also like, I think one of the coolest shots is with what they call it sky blood.
Yeah.
With the flare.
Yep.
Where like he's like, he takes it all in. It just looks it's a really cool shot.
Yeah,
they replay it like a couple
shot.
times.
It's a trailer shot. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's real cool.
But so like Furiosa is just kind of with them. She's like
she's kind of
against the
like,
will.
I guess being protected in a way. And then there's this.
Yeah, like I think obviously it's helping her because she's a kid and Dementus had kids.
Yeah.
That's the only reason she's still alive.
Yep.
So.
And he's trying to figure out what to do with her, basically. He doesn't know. So then they get to the Citadel, Morton Joe, all that.
Luckily, Morton Joe knows exactly what to do with her.
Yeah. Yeah. And so Morton Joe rains down hell upon them for a minute or whatever.
Yeah.
And then Donna's like, oh, fuck. I'm outfucked here. Or outnumbered, whatever.
I didn't do research on this before, but I'm pretty sure like Rictus's older brother, because we don't see him in the Fury Road, right?
No.
Does he die in this one? Or does he just die off screen and we don't care?
I don't remember.
But I'm pretty sure that's the same actor. They just reused the actor. Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Scrotus. His name was Scrotus.
Scrotus.
He was played a war boy in Fury Road.
Oh.
He was like Nicholas Holt's kind of like rival in that one. Yeah. So the guy who plays Stryker and Daisy. Yeah, that's I like him. He's a cool little I recognize. He's a very recognizable face.
That's for sure.
With the shittiest fucking makeup. He looks like fucking Leatherface in this. And
yeah, he did. What happens after that? They kind of like retreat. Or I'm trying to remember because there's so much that happened in this movie. I was exhausted by the end.
Basically, like what happens is that like Chris Hemsworth is like, okay, I want food and water from a Morton Joe, and he's like, okay, I can give you guys. He wants guzzoline. He wants to make a trade
first, I think.
And Morton Joe is like, fuck you.
Yeah, so he goes straight to Gastown.
He's like, okay, I'll just take over fucking Gastown, bro.
Yep.
And then he's like, okay, I want our deal now. And he's like, okay, but you give me Furiosa.
Yep.
And so a couple things that I didn't quite understand. So she's carrying around this seed or this nut thing or whatever.
Yeah, it's a seed from the...
When so she's like wearing like a wig. Or no, she has her hair and then she has like these like bells in it and Rictus is into it and like that's a weird scene. But
yeah,
basically you meet all like the wives, right? Of the, and so she's like, yeah, I don't want to fucking do this. So she's gonna shave her head and like use it as an escape plan. And so Rictus like throws the wig away and she kind of escapes like this like wife thing and she kind of goes down underground or whatever.
With the war boys.
Yeah. So but then there's like a time lapse of like this tree growing from the wig.
Yep.
I thought for a second that like first of all, like there's no trees in the wasteland, right? You can't. So I was a little confused by that.
Yeah.
And then second, as I thought maybe the seed was in the thing, but like it just kind of happened. So I don't exactly know.
I think it was just a way to symbolize time passing. I don't think they thought too much about it. It just supposed to symbolize that.
Was it like to be like, because it's hair, it's human, it can sustain, it can be like a mechanism? I don't know, because they do that later, obviously.
Yeah, I don't think they're thinking about it, honestly. I think it's just like an inconsistency.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything about it.
Yeah, she becomes like mechanic.
Yep, for the war rig.
Yeah, which I thought was funny. They have like 4 different war rigs now. They just like, well, we broke one, let's build another one.
Yep. They all get destroyed. Then there's the second, I guess, main character. I don't remember his name.
I think it's Jack.
Is it Jack?
Praetorian Jack, I want to say.
Okay, yeah. I liked him a lot. He was great.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's the war rig driver. He's the guy he's the best driver, I guess.
Yeah. He's a survivor.
He's a survivor. Then they go on this huge expedition to like, I think, are they going to Gastown? They're just going somewhere.
They're just doing like a
run.
A regular run, and then
they get attacked. Surprise, surprise. That is the big battle of the movie.
It's like they're going to Gastown, but then so there's a little it's really cool because it's like you have Furiosa's story going on where she just wants to fucking get back to the green place,
yeah.
And then you have this war between the Citadel, and Rick or Dementis' group. I don't know what you call them.
Just Dementis' group.
And then Dementis made an enemy. In order to get Gastown, he's like, okay, we got to make it believable, so the people at Gastown will think that we are the Citadel.
Yeah,
they pretended to be war boys. We got to make it believable. So like, I guess it's made up with a bunch of smaller gangs. And Rick is like, okay, or Dementis is like, let's just kill people on the thing. We got to make it look believable. So he kills.
Oh, yeah.
He kills some of like this other guy's gang. He's like, fuck you, Dementis. Like I quit now.
It's some of his gang. He's killing.
Yeah. So like basically that causes a rift, and now Dementis has to deal with that, and that's who they get attacked by, because they know Dementis and the Citadel now have this arrangement.
Yep.
And so they want to just take the guzzoline and whatever. But Furiosa, just trying to get back to the green place, so she's being a stowaway. All of a sudden, this convoy gets attacked.
Yeah. And and she's like, all right, I'm underneath here. Oh boy. And then there's just a whole big battle where there's this one other war boy that's sitting in with all the fruit.
I felt bad for him.
Yeah.
Because he's all like, can we do this spinny winny thing?
Yeah.
He really wanted to use the new weapon.
Yep.
And he's like, and she's like, do it. And then he gets shot. And he's like, oh man.
That CGI looked awful, by the way.
Yeah. Another thing about the frame rate seemed really jittery. I'm not sure.
I don't know if it was the frame rate or if it was just like the CGI, but it looked.
Yeah, there were some bits of CGI. I'm like, oh, that's CGI, which is a little unfortunate because like they were so good with practical effects in the last one.
Well, I mean, there was CGI in the last one too. It's just it was.
I couldn't tell.
Yeah, you can, and there were spots in Fury Road you could tell, but it's not nearly as many as this movie. I think it's just. I think it's a bigger budget. It's a bigger scale of a movie. It's not just a car chase. So they gotta. Cut costs somewhere.
They got to do like a whole war, and they got to have this, Gastown and Bullet Town being destroyed.
Yeah.
Or the Bullet Farm.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like you have this whole war going on, and Furiosa just wants to go home. She wants to go home. I feel so bad for her.
Yeah, honestly, she wants to go home, and then this other guy, the driver Jack, he. Eventually, his second in command dies, and then she gets up there, and he's like, "Fuck you."
He's like, "I'm gonna help out. We're gonna get out of here. We're gonna live."
And they did. Then he kicks her out off the rig after the battle.
Yeah.
Because
understandable.
She basically just tries to get him to take her to.
It's like, go to the green place. He's all like, "Fuck you,
get the fuck out." But then he comes back. He walks back for some. Why do you just walk back?
Yeah, I don't know. It's like, why would you get out of your car? You're in the wasteland. You just got attacked.
Could get stolen. Like, what are you doing, dude?
How funny would that be? Just
that would have been great. But yeah, then they have this whole scene where he's like, "Come with me. I'll help you," and that whole stuff. Yeah.
And then I can't tell. I'm pretty sure they ended up kind of like.
It's a couple.
Yeah, they didn't do anything sexual or kiss or anything, but
not in the movie.
You could really tell like they got something different. It's not just like brother sister, and it's not just like father daughter. They're kind of the same age. So like,
I don't know if they're the same age.
Well, he's maybe 10 years older than her.
Yeah.
So, okay.
Yeah. It's not as weird, but it could be weirder.
What's the wasteland?
It's the wasteland. Okay.
And Morton Joe's literally,
the whole
child wives.
Yeah. Yep. There's that. There is that.
Not saying that's good or anything.
Just like Morton Joe's just a fucking scumbag.
Yeah. And he doesn't have much to do here, but he's just kind of. But and I like that you can see because I used to think
well, I mean the original actor died, so you can't really do too much.
But in Fury Road, he definitely seemed a little more irrational than he does in this. This one, he seems really level-headed. He's like,
I mean, his shit hadn't been stolen yet. So.
yeah, right. He's not like his wife.
His wife
he didn't run over his
stolen.
own wife, and it's a whole thing. But the Mentis definitely looks more unhinged, and
as the movie goes on, he gets more unhinged.
Yeah, I love when they go back to Gastown and they're like, we're low on gas, we can't make it, and then they have the fucking uprising. And he's like, if you want to live, follow me. He's all like, this is how it is.
Yep. And then they go to the bullet farm and they meet him again.
Yeah. So instead of just like dealing with Gastown and making sure the arrangement, he wants to, obviously take over the Citadel.
Yep.
But he needs the bullet farm to do so. So he does that too.
Yep.
But I don't understand is like, why wasn't the bullet farmer there? Because he's in Fury Road. He survives and everything.
Maybe
like, why wasn't he at his home base? It's the only thing I can think of. Or I don't know. Basically, like Furiosa and Jack, they kind of like grow, they come a team, and they have this whole new convoy and this whole crew again. And then all of a sudden they get wiped out again.
Shocker.
They get trapped because they want to, I guess, Dementis just wants to keep all of their supplies in the tanker and just not trade.
Yeah.
So I don't know why that's like kind of a stupid plan, because it's like your goal is to take over the Citadel. So the best way to do that would be to sneak attack them, right?
Yep.
Which they did the convoy, but not the Citadel with all the war boys that they went up against before. So, but now I think after that it's an amazing action scene, I'd say. Like,
that was probably the best action scene.
Like where the I literally thought like if either one of them was gonna. I knew Jack had to die, but I'm like, okay, fucking Christ, he's gonna like do like a suicide jump off the thing and into a crane, and I'm thinking like when it's pulling him into the ditch, he's like he's not gonna make it.
Yeah, no, the suspense was really well done in that scene.
Yeah,
and you didn't know what was gonna happen, and nothing fucking happened. But
no, they get caught.
Yeah, well, they get caught at the end of that scene.
Yeah.
So
but they take down the entire bullet farm, which is like these guys are fucking superheroes.
Yeah, they get caught. I don't know how Dementis gets out of there so quickly and catches up to them. Like they were on them really quickly.
Yeah, that's the thing. They kind of just cheat that, I think, because in the opening there was like the girl, like the two guys in the bikes were very far ahead of the girl with the sniper, the mom. She just she grabs a bike and then like she has like this conversation with the girl to get the sniper. She's like, it's a little bit long.
Yeah,
and then she catches up to them.
Yeah,
They do the same thing here.
It's a little inconsistent, but whatever. Yeah, they end up they're dragging Jack along on a bike, like tying to the back of the bike, make him run around. Like,
yeah, he's fucking
he's dead. And Furiosa ends up escaping again. Somehow.
Yeah. Well, so he
cut. Well, her arm gets snapped off in that process. So.
Yeah, like Dementis kind of like runs her arm.
Yeah,
clips it when they're when they're driving.
Yeah,
she's like ah.
Yeah,
and then he chains up her bad arm to watch Jackie tortured and killed. What I don't understand is how she
survives.
That survives, and they were just all kind of hanging out while he died, like the show, and like I'm surprised nobody saw her cut off her own arm and run away. Seems a bit.
Yeah,
I know it's a fucking movie.
Yeah, you gotta suspend belief. And I was like, come on. There's many.
They were right there.
There's so many things.
They're driving around in a circle.
Yeah.
While she's inside the circle, so it's hard for her to you know what I mean? Whatever. Okay. What I don't understand what happens next.
Okay.
She collapses in the middle of the desert because she's obviously she's missing an arm, she's bleeding out, and whatever. So she falls in the middle of the desert, and then you get this wide shot of Max up on the hill with his car and just chilling, and he's all like, "Oh, what the fuck is that?"
Oh, I didn't even see that.
Oh, yeah, it was like a 30-second scene.
I didn't.
It was like just a shot of him just hanging out.
I couldn't tell it was Max.
Yeah, well, I know his car.
Yeah.
So he's just hanging out. And then the next scene, she's just back in the Citadel. With all the peasants and stuff, and with all the maggots chewing her arm.
So I guess.
So
he brought her back.
I'm struggling. No, because he doesn't know what the Citadel is. He gets caught by the war boys.
Yeah.
Just by just
unless he did know what it was and just kind of didn't lead on to that.
I mean, maybe, but it threw like a wrench in the whole thing because he's a prisoner when he gets. If they saw he was a good blood bag, like when he traded her, he would have been a blood bag, right? Like that would have been the at that point.
Or maybe he dropped her off to like some of those people that were actually taking care of her like outside the Citadel. Maybe just like
maybe
the first person he saw, maybe. But again, it's not clear at all what happened.
That's the one thing I'm just like a big question mark. Like, what is going on there? I don't know.
Yeah.
But anyway, she's back in the Citadel.
She's back there, Maggot's in her arms. She gets back to Immortan Joe and all that stuff.
Yeah, and that's a fucking like I love that how she's like, I don't know, her like the way she actually just like I'm fucking done. Like I'm Furiosa. Where's my arm?
Yeah.
I need to get pulled up.
Yeah.
He's like, who the fuck are you?
Yeah. And she ends up getting the arm.
Yeah. She like I didn't know it was motorized.
Yeah.
Like she pulls like a cord in her shoulder and then that makes it run.
That was a cool little addition, I'd say. Yeah. Then she needs a car. I need a car or a vehicle because now this whole war is starting between the Citadel and Gastown and Dementus.
I think they just called it a 40-day war.
Yeah.
That's kind of a short war, isn't it?
It's a pretty short war, yeah. But yeah, then it's just about, finding Dementus at that point and killing him.
Yeah, so the backstory, or the story that's kind of happened in the back, so like obviously Dementus can't really control Gastown. He tries to take over Bullet Farm. They destroy Bullet Farm. He doesn't have a lot of allies left,
He's not.
Even though he was pretty smart with the whole like, how Furiosa had it pinned with the sniper.
Yeah.
That was really cool with the, he's like, oh, I just need the rocket launcher, and he uses the guy as like a shield for a second, and then like, I love the little shot when he gets shot in the face. The blood splatters on Dementus's face, and he's all like, and then he shoots it.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's a smart dude, and he can survive and everything. But yeah, he has no allies left.
No.
And then Furiosa just makes him his bitch.
Well, yeah, after he, gets ahead of them, and then they split up, and then he takes off different parts of his clothing to, mask where he's going.
Dude, he kept this like that like cape thing like the whole movie, but that's like 15 years. Imagine holding on to one piece of like plastic.
Yeah.
That you're wearing, for 15 years.
I don't know. He's got Messiah issues.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
So yeah, then the way she takes, I like how they end it. It was like, oh, nobody really knows how she killed Dementus. But there's like many different ways of like how she got her revenge.
I would have thought the most, the go-to route would be like, torturing him on like the how they killed his mom or killed her mom.
Yeah.
Shooting him in the head, not enough.
No.
Well, there's another one. I think they dragged him.
Yeah, just dragged him
like how they killed Jack and stuff. But I think
it works perfectly. The scene
interesting.
Yeah.
Like probably the worst possible situation.
Yeah, and
how when he ends up.
Oh my god.
Yeah, he's alive the whole thing, and she takes like an apple or fruit from it, and it's like, hey, how you doing, Dementus? He's like, I grew a fruit. Oh, because he's all insane now.
Yeah,
it's like it came from my crotch.
Yeah, that was weird.
Yeah, dude, a tree's growing out of his
scrotum.
Yeah,
it was weird.
He should be Scrotus.
He should be, honestly. And then the end, it's just like, the start of Fury Road, where it's the deleted scene where you see Furiosa getting the brides into the rig.
Yeah.
And then
which I'm pretty sure was a deleted scene from the Blu-ray.
As you said, yeah.
Because I think they only show the back of her head, but I think that's clearly Charlize Theron. Like Anya Taylor-Joy just has kind of like a bigger head and a slimmer neck.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I know what you mean.
Less proportionate.
Yeah, for sure. And then they go, you said you left at this point, but yeah, they literally just go through like different scenes in Fury Road. They never show Furiosa's face. They just show like, a few things of Max in the back of her head, that kind of thing. So I'm just like,
which I'm surprised they didn't, because like I think people would understand. Like it would.
I think they're trying to cut her out. I think they're trying to like replace her with Anya Taylor-Joy. I mean, but
she was great in it.
But she hated working on it.
Oh, really?
She really hated that. Like, it was not good.
She's good though.
Yeah,
I like her.
I mean, yeah, being in the desert for so long though. I mean, that's.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not for everyone.
Probably just wants to. Well, yeah. So I guess there's going to be a Mad Max
Prequel.
Like,
It's
but
another
like they already
it's another Fury Road prequel.
they already did it though. It's the original.
I don't know.
It's Mad Max.
I don't know. And it doesn't, and nobody knows if Tom Hardy's going to come back because he's going to be like.
Well, they signed him for like three movies, but they're never. It's been 10 years.
Has he done any other Warner Brothers movies in that time? Oh, Dunkirk.
He's done Dunkirk. He's done. Was he in Tenet?
So I guess it could be a Warner Brothers deal. Might not necessarily be a Mad Max deal. But
Maybe. I don't know.
yeah,
Weird.
I don't know if he comes back.
I want him to. I think he still got it.
But George Miller doesn't like the de-aging stuff. He doesn't like how it looks. So I don't think they've had to de-age him. And they're
I don't think George Miller's going to be around
he's
to make another.
He is 79.
Like,
but
let's just think about it. Like, he might still have it, but like, dude's going to be like 85 by the time the next one comes out.
Maybe it'll be a lot faster. The way this one, when this comes out. Who knows? But the way the box office went this weekend is not good.
Oh, really? Oh, shit.
I don't know about the weekend totals, but on Friday it only made $10 million.
Why? What the fuck?
Yeah.
This movie's actually good. Go fucking see it. It's good.
That's the thing. Like, a lot of people haven't seen these early summer movies, and like people aren't going to the theater again. And it's like,
like, I just fucking. And it's not really like people's fault. It's just like
streaming.
It's streaming. It's the Hollywood system because they're just giving us shit and shit and shit, and then they give us like something worthwhile.
But nobody's excited.
But everyone's like, oh, I know the pattern now, and they don't go. It's like, why? Why?
I mean, it's also Warner Brothers.
What else did they do? They did. Do they? No, Universal does Fast and Furious.
DC.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Ew.
And Nolan even left them. Nolan's now at Universal, so.
Yeah, well, because they screwed him over in that Barbie deal.
Yep.
So.
Yeah,
I respect this.
You're a filmmaker.
And David Zaslav is one of like the shittiest CEOs with this whole.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, they all suck, but.
I mean, it is what it is. It's just like, don't let that ruin the movie industry. Don't let the movies are still good. Like, yeah, sure, these guys produced them, but like, it's still a good movie. Like,
yeah.
I don't know. It's a mess.
Well, I know typically, like, I'm pretty much done with Disney. I saw X-Men 97 because I heard after weeks, I let it go for weeks.
You said it was really good.
It was good and like worthwhile. That's a show worth seeing, but I'm still not bought in. Like, I'm still iffy on Alkalite. The trailers,
I'm not gonna watch
the trailers look okay to me. Like, if I didn't know anything else about the show, of the people behind it and like what they've said and all the controversy going on with this show, I would go watch this show. But I know better now. So it's like
there's other stuff next month too. There's The Boys. There's
The Boys is good. I'm excited for House of the Dragon. You're not going to see it though because you hate it.
Because I hate you. Yeah.
Well, that's Warner Brothers. That's HBO Max.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
We'll see. We'll see how it goes because they were making that show during the strike. So.
Well,
they were all British, so they didn't have to.
Was done when the strike was going on.
Yeah.
So they were just in post. But
that's sad about this Mad Max. Okay, so another thing, it definitely didn't have like the shine and like the
sheen.
Yeah, like the goodness of Fury Road, because Fury Road surprised the shit out of me. Like, it had no right to be that good, and we were in a time when like Hollywood was still good. You know,
Cameron was telling me that this. Furiosa is the main story of this 2-movie saga, if you would. And then Fury Road is the climax. It's just a 2-hour car chase. It's like the culmination of this whole Furiosa story, if that makes sense.
Oh, yeah, no, that makes sense.
Yeah.
It's weird that we saw the end of it first then.
Yeah, it is. But, I think it works well that way, like as a 2-movie arc. I think it works really well.
I'll have to like go back to both these movies, like, with fresh eyes and just see back to back.
Yeah, watch Furious for the 50th, or watch
Fury Road
for the 15th time.
Yup. Another thing about this movie, though, again with the lack of the score being there, so that really made a lot of the action scenes kind of feel not bad, but just weird, like I was saying. Another thing, the color grading it's not as bold.
No.
As the it's not as I noticed it's not as orange and blue as Fury Road was. And like I don't know, like maybe like they just get a different colorist or something, but like I really liked the like that style. Like it was like we're Mad Max, we're fucking bold, we're gonna do this shit. And it really had a sense of like in your face that I think the franchise kind of needs in order to like be super successful. Because I mean that's what it was from the beginning. It was kind of like we're weird.
Yeah, you know? It's a different cinematographer for sure.
Yeah.
This guy that did Hacksaw Ridge.
Yeah. Okay.
302. Great Gatsby. Knowing. Live Free or Die Hard. So he's done a lot of action, which is good.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, it just felt like could have been like or more vivid, saturated colors. I feel like that's something that
was the
Fury
vibe.
Road had. Yeah.
And I liked. I wish they did stick to that vibe. It was really cool. Like
Yeah.
they did for some of the night scenes. They were very blue, but not as blue.
Yeah.
But hey, whatever. That's
What are you gonna get?
the
What are you?
director's choice. But yeah. So overall, what do you think you're gonna get Furiosa?
I would definitely see it again. I'm sad about the box office. It's good. It's a little wonky, but also I'm also comparing it to Fury Road, which is
You can't.
this is like the best movie, the best action movie ever. So, you know, I know that's going to be a debate.
I'm not gonna get into that.
I think I'm going to give it like an 80.
80.
You know, because like yeah, 80. I can't really describe it. 80.
Okay. Yeah, I told Cameron and a few other people what I gave it on Friday, and I think I am still going to stick to that score. It's going to be an 84 for me. It's a good movie. There's a few inconsistencies. The CGI is a lot more pronounced. But, you know, I didn't let that really slow it down. I think, as you said, certain parts of it didn't make any sense. Mm-hmm. And it's like, where are they going with this? And this came out of nowhere. But overall, I don't think that distracted too much from the overall plot of the movie.
Yeah, like I think the one shot that really just confused me was Max being there. They could have just cut that out and just be like, because they don't offer up any more explanation than just she just got there. Yeah. So just I would honestly just cut to her being back in there. You know, it's good enough.
Yeah. Oh, one other thing before we wrap this up, Anya Taylor-Joy does not have a license. She never.
What?
She doesn't know how to drive, and she learned to drive for this movie.
Oh, there you go.
So that's kind of cool.
That's cool. What a way to.
Yeah.
Well, look out for her on the road.
Yeah, she's gonna run you off the road.
Yeah, she's gonna be like, well, I was on Mad Max. That's where I learned. Runs people over.
Yeah, I heard that in my YouTube video. But yeah,
crazy.
it's kind of funny. Anyway, but yeah, we're Seen It Before. You can find us on Instagram and TikTok with the handle @SeenItBeforecast. That's SCENE It Beforecast, and on Twitter with the handle SIB_pod. I'm Dan.
I'm Danny. You can find me at Danny_Was on my Instagram, at DJ Was, Letterboxd and Serialized, or my YouTube channel, which is just Danny Was.
And yes, this week we did not have our part 2 of our best franchise ever bracket. Part 2 will be coming next week.
Yeah.
So we're excited to get to do that next week. Finish up what we got going on with that. It's going to be a battle to the end for that, and I can't wait.
Yeah, that first round took a lot longer than I thought it would.
I don't think it's going to be nearly as long, this next one. I think
I got a bone to pick with the fans right now. Like, yeah, you guys are like...
Jaws over Rocky?
Jaws over Rocky. I think Hunger Games is beating out whatever else.
Yeah.
Hunger Games is beating out MCU, I think, right now in the polls. Which, that's probably not going to happen.
Well, obviously it won't happen.
That's not my vote.
Harry Potter won, but yes, these are the fan picks. We're pitting the fan picks against each other.
I want to know why people like Hunger Games so much. That's like the one weird one to me. Like it was good, but like really good. But come on.
Yeah, it's Harry Potter. Every one just slaps.
Yeah,
every one of them, even Chamber of Secrets, which I know, which I just don't like. But it's personal. It's still a good movie. There's nothing wrong with it.
Yeah,
but you know.
Yeah, I mean, I got over my bias. I picked Middle Earth over Star Wars. Like, I would never thought I'd do that. I know, boy.
You just nuts.
Say, look, the boy, the
Star Wars.
Star Wars. Oh shit, he's dead.
Oh my god, you just killed the boy. Okay. Anyway. But yeah, so franchise bracket part 2 comes out next week. And until then, we'll see you next time.